What, Colin?
You've got your hand on the button now.
Smashed me because my gas cut out. Yeah, well, he was behind. The gas cut out because you have to keep this thing above 3/4 of a tank.
Look at my car. Well, that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
240SX versus 370Z.
Dude, that's fucking great. I can get a football in there.
You know what's crazy though? I think a Nismo 370Z bumper costs more than your car.
That's absolutely true, bro.
I don't know about that. That might not be true.
Dude, those laps were insane.
Yeah. All right, I had a good time.
All right, I'm about to cool these tires off, save for comp. Oh shit. Car's coming to film it. Dang, is that a 4HE?
That's a M3 throttle actuator.
So what did you do, Brian?
I made it complicated.
Just cause. We wanted it to idle better.
I added drive-by-wire so that I could have cold start idle control, so I didn't have to pedal it in the morning when I go to work.
Now he just plugs his laptop
Smart man.
and plays computer games on it for a while, and
Yeah.
everything's fine.
So yeah.
But yeah, no, and I put it's got a Subaru STI throttle pedal.
Is it really?
Yeah, look in there. It's the one pedal that doesn't match.
Holy shit, it sure
does. Damn. Look at that. So the nice thing about drive-by-wire is once I actually do go turbo, like if you have with drive-by-wire, you can actually set up multiple throttle tables, and I can actually do full anti-lag support without having to have an actual throttle cracker valve or anything like that. It just makes life easy. So like anti-lag is 1,000 times easier with drive-by-wire and all that shit. So once I go turbo, it'll be very interesting.
Sounds pretty hot.
So then you can go to some big boy wheels.
I was still gonna run these.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I ran these.
Miata spun in front of me. Oh God.
Someone caught on fire. Then a
Someone
Miata
caught a fire, then a Miata spun, and Chandler went around him, and I was like, whoa, where's he going? And I was like, oh shit. Oh God, it's another Patrick situation.
Damn, God damn.
What?
That's
The course.
JR, what just happened?
I am pissed.
Why? What happened?
My boy Nick just spun out. I don't even know why.
It was like a noob.
That was a
That was noob run. Yeah, no, that's
You're all like,
he was beating Brad up right there too. Oh my God.
This is a judging booth, by the way.
Brandon?
And he's a judge, and he had to watch his boy go down. I mean, like, he normally watches his boy go down. But, like, we're talking about spinning out.
JR. What's up? Oh.
All right, this is Patrick and Mesker. Come on, boys. Not close enough. Getting better.
Both really good runs.
All right, who's the advantage?
I don't have a good advantage now. They're both really equal right now.
You're literally a judge.
I know. I'm not saying I have to give advantage to Patrick first, but I had to see the lead.
Mesker didn't have the follow that I wanted right there.
He wasn't as aggressive.
It was.
All right, here we go, boys. Oh, Patrick's on him. This is gonna be good. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Hit him! You know what? All I can say is that's a one more time.
That was incredibly aggressive. It was amazing.
On that transition,
Yeah.
I would have one more time, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I would have given Patrick the win, honestly, if he didn't do that.
Yeah, because Mester's, I mean, his follow didn't have any mistakes. So. Mester's gonna be pissed.
What the fuck?
Patrick just pushed in the door on the driver's side. I don't know if you saw the crinkle in it.
One more time.
I have to do so much work now. I told him he could punch me if he wants to.
Oh my God.
Mesker, I voted for you because I thought that.
I want it one more time still.
Oh my God.
Look at the headlight or taillight. Actually, the taillight's set.
You clipped the taillight.
Hey, the LED tails are still good. Those are expensive.
Right,
This is one event. This car made it all season with not a scratch.
I know, right?
Woo! So Mesker, the judges said you weren't fast enough.
Dude, he hit me and I just go, no! Come on!
How is Patrick's car still good? Like good?
Yeah, best.
Oh, it's total.
No!
Sorry, that back.
What? Come on, can we have a show of hands?
Sorry, Patrick.
No!
Patrick, I'm sorry.
This is where I get the punch. Good try.
I called him. Mesker
You don't
got
get to punch
the
me
win,
anymore.
And everyone's like, no, we're one more time. I'm like, wait, what?
What do you think? It's your event.
I think that look at this. Josh is all the way from Australia again. I don't know how an Australian car makes it to our event so often. It's got a kangaroo on the side of it. Let's see. This is a hell of a car to show up to Gulf Greyhound Park. How overbuilt do you think this thing is for this track?
too overbuilt.
Too overbuilt. So Giant Josh is driving this car again. Is this the same car we saw last time?
It is.
Is it better now?
It's going in progress.
Is it better though?
Yeah.
Than last time we saw it?
Yeah.
Absolutely better. Do you like the way it looks better?
Definitely.
Okay. And it drives better?
It does.
It does. He's so serious when we talk to him. Okay, what's your favorite thing about the car?
That it's Australian.
It's not like the transmission. It's a sequential, right?
It is.
Is it back to go faster and forward to go slower?
Yep.
Okay, and is that better than like a 4-speed dog box?
I mean, different drivers prefer different styles. I like sequentials, but H button's fine as well. Just go and drive what you like and have fun.
That's not go and drive what you like and have fun when you have a 1,000 horsepower car. That's like,
what I like.
go
Have
win
fun.
a championship and be the best and be better than everyone else and prove it. Okay, car looks amazing.
Which is fun.
How overbuilt is it for this track?
Oh, you know, I'm already planning the next upgrade, spending more power.
Yeah. Is it third gear here? Or do you like gear it like Kumukubo and the guys did in Japan where like you gear it crazy so like you're in 6th gear all the time?
Yeah, but for this, like, we don't get grip anyway, like even down the back straight, so it's not really anything.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know what else there is to say. It's a super built car. How's the season going? Are you enjoying Formula D?
Yeah, we only have one round so far. We had mechanical issues, but that's motorsport, so
Yeah.
yeah. That's why we're out here testing ahead of the next round and try and make up for what we lost to Atlanta and get up to your boy Mesker.
I was helping Mesker out, and Mesker also had mechanical troubles so bad he didn't even bring his car to the event. He had to rent one. I mean, like, this is probably blowing his little tiny heart up this week, and you can't tell, but he's probably like peeing the seat in there. He's so excited. Have you ever thought about just renting cars?
Yeah.
It's a lot cheaper than building them. Which is weird. You would think it would be cheaper to build them and operate them, but somehow it's not.
It depends, but Mesker rented his and it still didn't work. So I think you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
It kind of worked. It was just like he couldn't drive it. So wait, that was a 3.4, and Mesker had problems with it bogging, and during the comp, Forrest took that 4294, the big boy turbo off, and put it on his 3-liter, and drove the comp with that. That's showing Mesker up.
To be fair though, like it's not Forrest's first radio.
No, it's not. Okay.
You're going driving.
What? You're going driving? Oh, me ride along in it? Okay. I rode along in the other car. This is a whole new car, right?
Oh, the one in Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different car.
Okay, I'll go ride along. All right, let's go ride along. Like, this isn't fair. He gets earplugs and I don't. Nicer than my Corvette? It looks nicer.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I drive this a lot more.
I feel like he washes this. I don't feel like I wash my
I think
Vette.
he details it too.
What? Yeah, it's in pretty good shape. This is that spot where he hit the barrier at that one event. Doesn't look too bad. How's the car been?
It's been amazing. The track's really good.
Yeah?
Fine.
But how's the car?
Fantastic. I've just been changing the oil.
Okay. So it's a good purchase. You like it?
I think so. I think it's gonna. I think over the span of the life of the car, it probably was gonna save money in the long run.
Is it better than the Turbo Miata?
Yes.
So you do not regret going from a Turbo Miata to a Corvette?
Not at all.
Okay. Is there any other car that you'd want more than this at this event?
At this event?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like a crazy built, like
That?
nut car. Like, this is blast for this. I just go around and around.
It's kind of rad to have that feeling like you don't envy anybody. Doesn't that feel cool?
Yeah.
I like
and
that.
it keeps up well.
Corvette owners.
Hey, look at this. I did water sprayers in the buckets.
Oh, look at that. Does it increase tire life?
It seemed to have helped.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like
It's hard to tell.
different track, different temperatures all the time, so.
Yeah.
All right, here are some Pro-Am battles from the comp. These are just highlights. This isn't going to be the whole comp like we do sometimes. And Cy is kind of missing the entry here, so you're not seeing everything, but I did want to include some of the battles. This is John Wyndham following Colin Bernard. Both cars are very built cars. Here you can see Colin is doing a fantastic job mimicking the lead driver, following very closely, shadowing him, transitioning slightly after him, leaving just enough gap so he's safe. Nice transition again. Here is Jonathan Torres versus Nick Noback. Nick Noback is in the BMW. Nick was on fire this competition. Look at how fast his car is with how much angle and everything else. The lead car is a supercharged LS2, I believe, S13. And the following car is a turbo S54, big power. Woo! Zach just screwed up really badly against Colin. Not quite sure what happened. The entry speed at this track is only about maybe 60 miles an hour, so it's our slowest track. But we do this track because it's a lot of fun. It has great visibility from major roads. We get lots of spectators in, and it's a lot of goofy fun. And it allows for very close tandem, making it very tight. And since, you know, you're not going 100 miles an hour, we can get amazing tire life most of the time at this track. Here's one of the more unique cars in our series. It's Jeff Kurtz in his S2000 with a turbo on it. Jeff is experiencing engine failure right here, and his engine is just about to blow up, which is really sad, because I love that car. A lot of the time when you see drivers struggle, it's very frustrating for them because they're capable of driving, you know, obviously amazingly, but they have some type of mechanical issue that they're struggling with trying to make some more laps. And then, you know, there'll be some type of failure there and it's a mess. Zach Mitchummore's S14 is a very, unique car. It's LS powered and everything else, but it's built to a very high caliber with the dog box. It does have, I believe it's a built LS3, but what makes it unique is it runs a 265 square wheel and tire setup. So it is running 265s up front as well. So it moves really well. And he is running the same Kenda KR20s front and rear, but you know, if you're running a square setup, you could run any, you know, sticky tire as well. But most of the time, the 240SXs run significantly larger tires in rear than they do the front. And, you know, most cars do as well. Oh, this is your Jeff's mechanical failure. Nice, close distance by Colin there. Nick is just roasting those tires. You can see there, Nick has great angle. He puts it on the line that the judges really wanted to see, which is really important. Looks fantastic. Remember, sometimes to the layman, you don't know what the judges are asking for. So sometimes one car looks like it's doing really well on track, but it might be on the wrong line or, you know, the wrong amount of angle where it's supposed to be everything else. So Nick is just killing it in every respect here.
see a trend here. Something's going on. It could be either Nick Noback or Colin Bernard. Who do you think's Nick? Who thinks it's Nick? What about Colin? In first place, it is Nick Noback.
NRG provides trophies for us.
Good job, dude.
It is monogram with Lone Star gear and their position for the win.
I have never totaled out a drift car completely, and I think it's very interesting that a lot of these drift cars, just like Julian's car was the one I gave him for free out of my fleet after he wrecked one of his cars. But like some of these cars live forever. I remember this car's first event at Gulf Greyhound Park, I think back in 2008, and it's 10 years later. This used to be a stance car on like 18x13s or 20x13s or something, and it's just continued living a drift car life for about 10 years. Used to be owned by one drifter, sold to another drifter, and then I think sold to another drifter. So it's been owned by 3 drifters in the past 10 years, and they keep coming to Lone Star Drift and driving. So it's really cool just to see, you know, like that kind of stuff.
Huge shout out to all of our sponsors for making Lone Star Drift possible, including BC Racing, Koyo Radiator, GK Tech, Sicky Manufacturing, Spec Collection, all that stuff, Kenda Tires, Inky Wheels, Garrett Turbo, ECU Master, AEM Inductions, and also What Monsters Do. Huge shout out, but extra big shout out to Garrett Turbo for making drift cars sound so rad. And both first and second place were both Garrett Turbos this time. GTX3582s to be exact. Awesome. On inline 6s, and they sounded amazing.
would have told me I'd be shoveling tire dust out of events in 2018, I wouldn't have believed you. But this is my life now. Shoveling tire dust out of events. Shovel by shovelful. I'm currently leaf blowing. We have the generator in the trailer, electrical cord squiggling around to a super cheap leaf blower. And I'm like an hour into it, 150 gallons of shoveling out stuff yesterday, which was probably about 6 man hours total. Hour into this, probably have another few hours. But it now takes more than 10 hours of labor to remove or spread tire debris at events. I think we have crossed over to the idiot threshold. I don't know, so it's Monday. That means I've been here Thursday working, Friday working, Saturday, Sunday throwing the event and working, and now Monday working. So we're now at 5, is that 5 days? Yeah, 5-day work weeks to get this done. We were typically getting events done in 4-day work weeks, but we're now in 5-day work weeks with staff and stuff. But you know, once the staff goes home, if we have something extra to do, we need to finish up, we need to get it done. So, back to work. Woo. I am covered in this stuff. We're about done. I'm exhausted. I have tennis elbow. My arms hurt. I'm so bored of walking in the same configuration. My ears are bleeding, but we're finally done. 3 hours of the exact same task is kind of awful. Doesn't sound that bad, but when it's a leaf blower, 3 hours of continuous leaf blower are terrible. But it's not all bad. At least it wasn't a gasoline one. Okay, goodbye everybody.